position map, just kind of seeing what the difference between the two cities would be. And one of those, I decided to do a road layout, because at least in the game, if you don't have good roads, then your city is gonna fail. You're gonna have bottlenecks. Like on this vector layout, I had a couple of bottlenecks, because I would have my residential in this area and my commercial in this area, and then people would just take this road, and I would have like traffic from like all the way over here to over here, and it was bad. So I had to change a couple of things, and what methodology I use is the Six Sigma, the DMAIC. There it is. And the first thing I had to do is define a process to be examined. That's not how you spell it. Define a process to be examined. So I had to look at my roads and be like, okay, what's not working? And I decided, hey, this road is not working. Then I had to measure. So I measure, like, let's say how many cars would go to this road, how many cars are going to the other roads, and if it was causing any problems, which it was. Then I had to analyze. So analyze is just thinking critically to kind of clarify a goal and solve the problem. So my overall goal was to make a profit out of these cities. Profit either in exports or tax. And a lot of people were unhappy because they couldn't get home early and they couldn't get to work on time, and a lot of buildings would get abandoned because of road problems, and that was diminishing my tax income, or my what is that called? My demand for workers. Even though all the other buildings would develop there right away, but it was still, I had to develop, and I had to demolish, and they would have to develop again, and that would take some time. So I had to come up with an improvement, not a trade-off, but an improvement. So what I did is that I built a couple of roads coming out of here, just to kind of encourage people to take this road, and it did work. It still had problems with traffic on this area, but not as much anymore, and that improved overall happiness and things like that. And then I did control, and what control is just it's just kind of build a system of checks and adjustments for ongoing improvement in production process. So what I would do is that every game cycle, I would check on things like road layout, or the game has these things like utilities that you can include, services, and schooling. And so like every game cycle, I'll open it and check my roads. Where am I having problems? Where is the most traffic? Can I improve it? Can I add a road? And midway through that, I would also do a check on everything. Like I would go back to my roads and be like, okay, is there any traffic that's being generated because this area right here changed from low density to high density? Can I improve it? Can I do anything else? And every end of the game cycle, I would do this again. Just because things were constantly changing, especially since I use sandbox mode. I didn't use the regular play because that would have taken a lot more time. Every game cycle was 2 hours too, so just to keep that in mind. And then and then when I spotted another problem, like a problem right here, I would go through these steps again. And I did these steps for every other thing, like services, or services, utilities, schooling, or my specialization. because I specialize every city in different things. This one I specialize in what the game calls Omega Com, and this one I specialize in technology. So processors, TVs, computers, things like that. I think I'm missing something, but